the Gulf South
to your corner of the world.
This is DX Central Live.
Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of DX Central Live, DX Test Edition. Greetings to you, no matter where you might find yourself this evening, and we're glad that you find yourself here with us. We already got Bill and Troy in. Hey, guys. Nice to see you all in there. Looks like we got some other folks who are watching as well. Join us in the chat. The chat's going to be a busy place tonight. Not a lot of talking during DX Test broadcast of DXC Live. So we do the chat quite a bit. And kind of what we're noticing, what we're hearing. So thank you for joining us here. We got 2 DX tests this evening. Special, kind of last minute announced this week. Both are from Kentucky. One is on 990 WWKY, and the other is 1150 WMST. Now, for my scenario here in Mandeville, Louisiana, where I'm located, the North Shore Studios, we have a local on 990 in New Orleans, and we have a semi-local in Baton Rouge on 1150. So we're going to have to do a little gymnastics here on the old phaser and things like that to try to use some technique to try to get these DX tests. But I think it's good because I always see people say, oh, I'm not going to get that DX test because I got a local on that frequency or dominating station on that frequency or whatever. And I want to show, hopefully, that we have a shot here of using some techniques to try to hear these DX tests, even though we have nearby local or whatever stations here on frequency or near frequency, or I guess on frequency, 990 and 1150, both of them. We have either locals or semi-locals. So I want to kind of show some techniques that we'll have to use to try to get around those to hear these 2 Kentucky stations. So we've got our 3 CAS antennas in the arsenal tonight. Do not have the 2 W6 LVP loops. You guys might remember from last week's DX Central Live, the rotor, the brand new rotor that I just got put up with the W6 LVP loop, my second one on the other side of the house, burn up. So gonna have to get a new rotor controller and maybe a new rotor. Well, I guess they come in a box set, I guess. So I can't move those, and I want to relocate that other loop a little bit because it's apparently close enough to some noise that it's getting a lot of noise on it that the other loop doesn't get. So I don't want to have all that noise on there. So I'm going to see if I can maybe come in around the corner or something. I don't know. I got to play with that a little bit and see if I can relocate that loop. So tonight we're just running the Perseus with the 2 CASs, the northeast CAS, and I'll have the southeast CAS. And the reason I did that configuration, the northeast, obviously Kentucky's to my northeast. The southeast, on the northwest southeast wire, I kept that one on the southeast side because I want to be able to phase out the 2 stations that I have here locally on 990, which is to my south-ish, and the 1150, which is to my west-ish. But I think I can get enough of that on that northwest southeast wire that I can phase it out still and do something with it. So we'll see. Those are the 2 we're running. And then we also have our SDRPlay RSPdx. We'll be running that tonight with our 16 by 53 foot north-south CAS antenna. And we'll have that one. It's pointing due north. So on 990, I got a shot at getting rid of my local New Orleans station there because, again, that station's to my south. On 1150, that's going to put a lot of that Baton Rouge station in there, so I'm not going to be able to get rid of them as much. I'll play around with the vactrol a little bit, see if I can get rid of them a little bit that way, but it's going to still present a lot of Baton Rouge on 1150. So all in all, I'm optimistic that we're going to hear these 2, probably more so on the Perseus tonight than we'll on the RSPdx, but we'll see. And tonight, usually you guys know I run Jaguar Pro software. We're going to be running it a little bit differently tonight. We have the Perseus software running tonight because I want to look for Morse code, 1 kilohertz tones, sweeps, all the usual stuff, and you can really see that much better on the the non-Jaguar waterfall. The Jaguar waterfall isn't super great for that because it's so tight and zoomed in on the offsets, which normally is fantastic. But for DX tests, I need to zoom out just a little bit more to be able to get a little bit better view of what we have here. So this is the Perseus that we'll be running tonight, and then the other, the RSPdx we're running here tonight. That's the SDRPlay. We're running that in SDR Console. And we also have that kind of zoomed here as well to a point where you can hopefully see these the Morse code and all that kind of stuff coming in. So made slow. Well, actually, no. I think from what I remember, I usually want to have this pretty fast. I usually keep it around 30. Yeah, we'll do 30 for now. 30 lines a second. See if that helps me out at all, be able to see this stuff. Let me back it out just a tad. Okay, so yeah, here where we're looking, we have 991 right here. That's one spot we're gonna be looking for lines, solid lines, and also here down on 889. So 991 and 889, we should be seeing 1 kilohertz tone lines there. We might have some Morse code up in here, and sweeps kind of coming out from the main frequency kind of out there a bit. So we'll see. But we've got a couple of different pieces of our arsenal here to try to get these 2 DX tests in tonight. So we have a local here on 990 in New Orleans. It is to my south, so I'm hopeful that I can. There's enough gap between. It's just the Lake Pontchartrain, body of salt water essentially between me and the 990 station, and then a lot of that salt water and a little bit of land between me and the 1150 station in Baton Rouge. So we'll see if we have a shot at getting these guys. So what are we expecting tonight? Let's take a look and see what we're going to be expecting to hear based on the release that we put out here from the CPC that my good friend Les Rayburn put out. Let's pull that up here and I'll put it on screen for you guys. We're going to go to let's go to the IRCA reflector, email reflector. So you guys might have seen the big news that there's a combination now. The 2 clubs, IRCA and NRC, are combining the email reflectors from both clubs into one. It's not combining the clubs. That can't really happen due to a various number of reasons. But they are going to combine the email reflectors, because there was an NRC one through Google Groups, and then there was the one through groups.io that was being used by IRCA. They're going to combine those into one now to allow DXers to kind of really focus in on that one to use for disseminating information about what you're hearing, news updates. I put my post up there for when we do our results and things like that, which I haven't forgotten about, by the way. I owe you guys 2 weeks of results from the Medium Wave Frequency Challenge, and we're about to wrap up tomorrow night, the 3rd week that I'll have to post. So it's just been a crazy couple of weeks here with some day job stuff. So been pretty busy working many late nights doing that. So here's our details of what to expect for tonight on our DX test. We have 2 DX tests going on tonight, both from Kentucky. 990 Winchester, Kentucky, and that's WWKY, and then WMST 1150 Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Those are both going to be doing 2 full hours, so we're going to be swapping back and forth between the 2 of them. The test starts at midnight Eastern, which is 04 UTC, which is coming up here in about 20 minutes or so. We'll be at midnight Eastern, 11 o'clock here, Central Time. Lasts until 2 a.m. Eastern Time, or 0600 UTC, 1 a.m. here locally in Central Time Zone. Both stations are going to run their daytime power and pattern. That's 2,500 watts for the 1150 station, WMST, and 1,000 watts for WWKY on 990. Snagging the dynamic duo will be a challenge. It'll make it easier. The station is broadcasting some of the best DX material that you can possibly imagine. Now, we did a little expose video here on our YouTube channel here at DX Central. Let me pull that up. You may want to take a look at that here in the next 20 minutes if you have not yet done so and seen our video on what to expect to listen for and what the terminology is for these different pieces of content that you're going to hear tonight. So if you go into YouTube here on our YouTube channel, and pull up another tab or whatever, and search here on our YouTube channel for DX test. You're going to see a couple of things that'll pop up because we've done these live streams before. But let me go ahead and go to our channel here and just do a search and search DX test. And you'll see here an introduction to DX test. This is the full version. There's also a shortened version. The condensed version here has just kind of the sounds, where DX test full version kind of goes over history of DX test and all the different kind of parameters of it. But this condensed version right here, this is the one you would want to look at if you just want to know what you're going to expect to hear on a typical DX test, what it sounds like, and what the terms are for them. So definitely check that out here between now and the top of the hour, before you kind of get started on the DX test. So what can you expect to hear? Mostly sweep tones. We talked about those before. We'll point those out as we go along if we're catching those. Morse code at both 20 and 12 words per minute. They're going to be 1 kilohertz tone Morse code IDs and information in there in the Morse code. Sometimes they'll put like city, state, stuff like that. Long tones, kilohertz, and then other sound effects such as off-hook telephones. I think we may have the iPhone ringer, which has been proven to cut through the noise as well. There's also some vintage jingles that both stations will be mixing in as well. So there you go. Those are the things to expect to hear. Here's some QSL information as well. So it's up on all the email reflectors. It's up on the Facebook groups. So yeah, you want to make sure you get all this information here on how to QSL if you're so inclined to do so. So we'll be putting this back up as we go along tonight through the DX test. So I'm going to keep this window up so we can put it back up. And again, this is the, there's a full version, but this is the short version here.
DX Central. Follow us on Twitter.
Here. This is the shorter version here where we kind of talk about the tones. That you're going to. So example, here's Morse code IDs. You'll see some here. These were 500 hertz, I believe, if they remember right. You'll also see things like here's some. This is what you expect to hear tonight. These are the 1 kilohertz tones. That's the tone you're listening for tonight. Okay. Now for some of the more unique sounds. Let's do some sweeps. Things like this. Be listening for these guys. Now, very similar to the linear sweep, we have the logarithmic sweep. See if you can tell the difference. Just gonna let this play for a moment. This next piece was actually developed to test a very specific element in the transmission line called limiter. So this is the limiter test. Now, this next tone was specifically designed for testing AM transmitters, for medium wave transmitters. It consists of a tone that starts at around 100 hertz, runs all the way up to 5 kilohertz, and then bounces quickly back and forth between the two of them. Another commonly used element in DX tests is the single frequency tone. Now, which frequency is used can vary from test to test, but probably the most commonly used is the 1 kilohertz tone. If you've ever been sitting on 890 kilohertz on the East Coast and you heard that 1 kilohertz heterodyne from Algeria on 891, you know exactly the sound that you're looking for here. The difference here is that these are going to be on both the upper and lower sideband of the carrier frequency. These are going to run for about 30 seconds or so, and they're extremely easy to identify on that waterfall if you're running an SDR, because you'll see 2 solid lines right on 1 kilohertz off of that carrier frequency. So here is an example of what that sounds like, the 1 kilohertz tone. Probably one of the more unique sounds you might hear during a DX test is the off-hook telephone sound. Now, if you didn't grow up with a landline phone, this was actually something that was developed back a long time ago by Bell Laboratories, and it was something that they wanted to use to alert the user that the handset was not seated properly in the cradle, and therefore the line was still engaged and they wouldn't be able to receive any inbound phone calls. So a little alert sound was played over the line to notify the user of that. The tone consists of a superposition of frequencies 1400 hertz, 2060 hertz, 2450 hertz, and 2600 hertz, and they're played at 100 milliseconds on, 100 milliseconds off cadence. Testing with an audiologist also confirmed that these tones cut through static and crowded frequencies very well and are more easily noticed by DXers. Speaking of phones, one of the more recent additions to our DX test catalog is the use of a ringtone from an iPhone. If you've ever had an iPhone, you know some of the different ringers that are there. This one is easily recognizable, and it's another one that audiologists have confirmed do a really good job at kind of cutting through during some of the testing that was done. Now, tones and sweeps and... All right, so those are some of the things you can expect to hear tonight. Again, I'll keep the video. I'll actually put a link to the video here in the chat. That way, if anybody wants to... Let me just actually share that directly from the link here. If anybody wants to go check it out here before we get to the actual start of the test here, in about 13 minutes, you have a chance to go look at that video and check it out. So I'll pop the link down here in the chat. Don't forget, we are also finishing up our week 20 here of our medium wave frequency challenge on 1560. That wraps up tomorrow night at 0200 UTC, or our usual time around 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. So yeah, we'll be wrapping that up tomorrow night as usual. We will not be doing a live stream tomorrow night, since we're doing the broadcast tonight. And also, I'm going to go watch the New Orleans Pelicans play Golden State tomorrow night and hopefully get a W right before they go to the playoff play-in and have a shot. Maybe Zion will play. We'll see. I don't know. I just wanted to go see a Pels game, you know? This might be my last shot because I couldn't get tickets for the play-in game. Those were crazy expensive and almost sold out. So I said, you know what, I'll do the regular season game. The last regular season game against Golden State. So we're going to do that tomorrow night. So yeah, no stream tomorrow night. This is our stream for the week, but we will be finishing up around 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, 0200 UTC. The old challenge will wrap up with 1560 kilohertz. So you have between now and then to get your logs in, roughly, and then I'll be sending out an announcement tomorrow night, probably when we get back from the game, for the next challenge and this week's coming up frequency. So so there you go. So we're about just a little over 10 minutes now from the start of the tests. So one more time around the old horn here so we can show you what we're working with. Right here, this is the SDRPlay RSPdx. This is our SDR that we're using here with SDR Console, and we are running our 16 by 53 foot CAS pointed up due north, basically. We have the vactrol on there, so we'll be playing with that a bit to try to see if we can get some null off of both our station to the south in New Orleans on 990 and our Baton Rouge station on 1150. And then the other one we're running with tonight is going to be here. We have our Perseus, which is running with our two CAS antennas, and they're actually pointing, one is pointing the northwest, southeast is pointing at 125, but this one I'm actually going to change. From 215, we're pointing this one at 35 degrees. So we'll update that real quick. Yeah, we've got that one. The northwest, or northeast, southwest, rather, is pointing at 35 degrees. And we are not running Jaguar Pro tonight. We're running Perseus software. Perseus software. There we go. So now we've got everything nice, updated, clean, and that way anyone who's watching tonight live, or if you're watching this stream after the fact to compare maybe what you recorded tonight, you'll be able to know what we used. Got my special DX Central t-shirt on tonight that says, that feeling when. There's a DX test, but you got an SDR, right? So I'm not sure if you guys can see it very well because of the lighting here. Let me change my lighting. Boop, boop, and boop. There we go. Yeah, it's got a good picture of a guy taking a nice snooze here. So that he can snooze while the DX test is running because he doesn't have to worry about it. He has an SDR. So he can record that and be good to go. We're going to go ahead and go red. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Charles, I'm going to pop that entry form for the Google form here in the chat for you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be getting started. Getting tuned up here for 990 and 1150 kilohertz for tonight's DX test. So stay tuned. Also, don't forget as well, we have our friend Justin up in Minnesota is also doing a live stream tonight for this DX test. So we have 2 locations doing a live stream. Justin's going to pop his link over here in our chat here in a bit. We'll pop it up on screen as well to see what he's hearing up in Minnesota. So don't go away. More DX Central Live coming up. Special DX test edition right after this.
DX Central, because we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central. DX Central Live is brought to you in part by... From the pages of its DX Monitor member bulletin, members of the International Radio Club of America share their domestic and international AM/DX loggings. In its Mexican log, a wealth of information can be found of stations from south of the border. Technical guides, sunrise, sunset maps, and more make the IRCA a must-join for any AM/DXer. For more information, log on to ircaonline.org. That's ircaonline.org. While the HF bands can be filled with entertaining and intriguing transmissions, how do you know when and where to look? Let Teague Publishing's Global Radio Guide lead the way. In addition to its exhaustive list of time and frequency for international broadcasters, radio hobby icon Gail Van Horn brings you equipment reviews, an SDR buyer's guide, feature articles, and more. Pick up your copy today. Visit teaguepublishing.com for more information. That's teaguepublishing.com. Since 1933, the National Radio Club has been serving AM/DXers while providing some of the most in-depth information in the hobby. From the annual NRC AM log, a must-have reference for domestic station information, to antenna design reference manuals, and of course, the DX News member bulletin, which is filled with station information updates, domestic and international loggings, and a whole lot more. Become a member today. For more information, log on to nationalradioclub.org. That's nationalradioclub.org. Through crashes of static in quiet hours, we listen. In languages we can scarcely understand, and of places we have only visited in our dreams, we listen. Incessantly, we perfect our array of aerials, receivers, and resources. We refine our skills and our techniques so that we might listen. We are DX Central, and we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central.
Keep up with DX Central. Follow us on Twitter at DX Central.
from the DX Central North Shore Studios, this is DXC Live. Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
It's DX Central Live, and we are live here tonight for a special DX test version of DX Central Live. And we've got some fun heading your way, folks, with this one. We got 2 stations in Kentucky. We've got one on 990, one 1150. One's 2,500 watts. That's the 1150. The 990 is 1,000 watts, 1 kilowatt, which should be fun. We'll see how we do at picking those up here. We have a 990 here station in the New Orleans area where I'm located, just to my south. We have a station just to my west in Baton Rouge on 1150. So it's going to be fun to see how we can pull this off and be able to put these 2 in the log. So we got a special DX test edition tonight. We are, again, finishing up our 1560 medium wave frequency challenge tomorrow night at 0200. And then we'll be starting another week. We only have a handful of those left. So make sure that you tune in next week. We're not going to have a live stream tomorrow night. We're doing it tonight. But next week we'll be doing our, I guess, 3 episodes left of this season of DX Central Live. And then we'll be getting ready for FMDX season. E-Skip season's just around the corner. We're already getting Tropo here in the Gulf South, and it's been fun. Lots and lots of fun to do that Tropo. So, all right. Hopefully you guys are ready. We're about to kick this over to the Perseus and the RSPdx and see if we can tune these in. We're going to start off on the Perseus. We're going to start off with our northeast wire, see if we can vactrol that sucker enough to be able to get rid of New Orleans and here up to the northeast. If not, we'll try to do a little phasing with our southeast wire to see if we can phase out New Orleans and pull in Kentucky. Then we're also going to do some work on 1150 and see if we can pull in past Baton Rouge and get the other station there, WMST. So we'll be bouncing back and forth. I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking during the DX test. I want you guys to have an unfiltered opportunity to hear what's being heard. We'll be doing a lot of communication in the chat. So if you're watching this live, be sure to join us in the chat so that we can share what we're hearing. If we have any kind of lulls in here where I'm not picking them up or something, you might hear me talk a little bit. But pretty much here, once we get started here in about a minute and a half, no more talking from Lloyd for the most part. So we'll be just kind of working it like you guys are. We're going to put the live stream here so you guys can see what we're hearing to match it up with what you're hearing in your SDR recordings. Hopefully that'll help. And then again, we'll be kind of talking here in the chat. So be sure to pull that up and do join us in the chat here, and we'll be having some fun. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. It's been a while since we had a good DX test. Let's go. All right, we got the Perseus fired up. Let's go ahead and turn her on.
Catch up on what I call the buzz in your back. You'll hear some of the most interesting planets in the world. If you're around, give us a call. Don't worry, I'll spit out the number. Plenty of...
That's 855-795-1006. Call tonight from the IRS, and your problems will not just go away on their own, but get worse.
You download Pi.
Wiped our house out and it would tase them. If you think, oh, I can afford one, you can afford not to have one. Your insurance company means they can.
the real truth is it's our own government, and they're just using this as an excuse. And it predates the invasion. And this is the boogeyman. In fact, I saw an image today on social media. You know, there's been these stickers of Biden pointing at, like, Biden pointing his finger. Shoppers are now buying staples. Private label brand. The Walmart brand, the Sam's Club or whatever. It's private label of the grocery store. You add big corporation products.
Run by people who understand that wars abroad become wars at home, wars on our freedoms. It begins with the
Console. Well, we'll just test the rules. When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry has the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods, no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plans, supplements, and sports. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living more moments that your purchase in. At some point, they cannot treat.
Play for Alabama or Georgia. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. during the Eric and Show. Mike and Rice, 89.1. The Sports
But at the same time, it was actually, the reason we did it was more because I didn't want to keep 5% tariff on the product after the tariffs were. Yeah, it'd be easier to just sell it. Great, right, man?
Loving the NBA playoff softball. We pick up our defense.
But for
general matchups,
so far, I mean, they can take like an orange juice container. They used to be 64 ounces. Now some of them are in the low 50s. Yep, there's more coming up here. Pre-top 5. Carl Reiner, a longtime proponent of a voluntary society, died last December. You may have seen his articles published on his website, voluntarists.com, in his newsletter, The Voluntarians, the Business Institute, or elsewhere over the last 40 years. His newest book, I Must Speak Out, Volume 2, The Best of the Voluntarists, is now available via Liberty Under Attack publication. This 430-page second volume spans the years of 2000 through 2020. It includes articles by Carl Reiner, Hans Hermann Hoppe, Carl Hess, Benjamin Tucker, George H. Smith, Lysander Spooner, Pete Eyre, Joyce Brand, and many others. I Must Speak Out is for the newly initiated, featured voluntarists, or anywhere in between. Buy the book now at libertyunderattack.com/voluntarians. For more great content on building a voluntary society and for Carl's extensive archives, check out voluntarians.com.
Did you know that more than half our household energy costs go to heating and cooling? Energy efficiency isn't just good for the environment. It means lower utility bills, too. One way to reduce your energy waste is a home energy assessment. Your utility company can help. Or you can learn how to do it yourself at EnergySavers.gov. That's EnergySavers.gov. You'll learn to look for air leaks on windows and doors, check ducts for holes, and improve. Look for the Energy Star logo and read the Energy Guide label. And there are day-to-day things you can do. Lower your thermostat in winter and raise it in the summer. Close fireplace dampers when they're not in use. And keep air filters clean. For more tips on saving money by reducing your energy waste, check out ftc.gov/green.
There's got to be something more than meets the eye as to why Mark Jackson is not got the job.
it's going to be interesting. Also, you have the added addition with Hogan Harden. I'm not a Harden fan. If I'm the ownership and I'm looking at this, if they don't get past the second round, he's got a player option for $47 million. Nobody's going to pay Harden that, so he's going to opt in, obviously. But I'm going to be shocked because if Morey comes to ownership and Ruben Harris says, we're paying this guy a super max deal, I'm saying, get out of my office. I'll fire you.
HD.
So taking a second here to step in, guys. So we're having a successful night so far here in Mandeville. Both tests coming in. 1150, obviously much stronger here, as you can hear. Look at those sweeps on the waterfall. I mean, those just show up so well. So nicely. And even on 1190, so this one's at 1150 is a 2.5 kilowatt daytime power and antenna pattern. They're running full daytime power and antenna pattern right now at 2.5K. So that's why they're getting out so well. When we compare that to 990 and WWKY in Winchester, they're running daytime pattern as well, but they're only their daytime 1 kilowatt power. Also running sweeps, obviously much weaker. You can kind of faintly see them on the waterfall. Maybe not as clearly as 1150, but they're still there. So we're going to get that in before May 1st, right, Les? Back to 1150 now. Off the hook phone. Right, Les? We're going to get that in before May 1st. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Let me consult my NRC AM radio log. Nuh-uh. You serious, Bill? Let's go back. I'm on the antenna pointing away from them. I bet I know who it is. I've got two guesses here for that one, Les.
He's expecting more price increases in the coming months. Part of the shift is because private label options are more available now than during the height of the pandemic, when high demand and supply chain.
It's trying to do something a little northwest there on 990, but I've just got my local here. So well, that's right, 'cause I'm still pointing southeast on that wire. Yeah, I would like to know that one actually too, Justin. My guess is Mexico. Mike, you can hopefully confirm that one for us. Back to 1150. Still doing sweeps. Oh, good call, Rick. iPhone ringer. I told you guys you'd hear it. I told you. Jim Renfrew heard him tonight. Mark Connolly heard him tonight. Imagine just being a casual truck driver or somebody coming across this. See how nicely that stands out on the waterfall too? That iPhone ringer? Look at that. That pattern is so clear. It's amazing. Morse code. I think I know who it is, Les. I hadn't seen any chatter on it, unless I missed an email. Did I miss an email? Very possible. I've been missing a lot of stuff lately. Damn day job. I knew it. I just saw the email, Les. I knew it. That's when I knew it was coming. I figured. show you guys my waterfall here on 990 up on the RSPdx. We have sweeps a second ago. There they are. They're still there. So sweeps going on right now on 990 and 1150. We still got the Morse code IDs going on here. We'll go back to 990 now. We have off-hook telephone. Yeah, it looks like we got a solid tone up here on 1150. Show you on the RSPdx. Check those tones. Those are crystal clear tones. Bill, if that is them, you will make my night. Go back to my Perseus over here.
I don't know. I'm going to go a little different for this shot with you.
Thanks, Les. I'm hoping season 3 will be as good, if not better, than we just did, or what we've been doing.
My problem now with the NBA is kind of this. I don't yet. Now, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt with the injuries like LeBron hasn't played. But then I look like last year for the situation like Harden wouldn't play, and he was, I'm going to play.
Big sweeps on 1150 right now.
I look here, well, where's John Wall this year? Okay. If the booth sales are driving,
oh, watch it here on the RSPdx. Watch up here at the top. Watch the wave on the spectrum analyzer. So we got the waterfall down here. We see the lines. Watch the wave coming off from the center. Watch it. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. That is just so cool. We got Morse code now popping up. You can see it on the waterfall. When I pull it back over, so we got Morse code going on 1150 as well. Oh, that's so cool.
To me, they're not happy that a guy like Jokic is in Denver. He's not getting the publicity.
990, we got Morse code.
LeBron would get it if he were an MVP or Giannis. I don't think they're happy to get us besides to stay in Milwaukee. And my main point of contention is this. I look at the industry your all-star games are rotated this city on a regular basis. The NFL, they have one. I think we and I live for free talk live on some forums. I know Aria's planning on being there as well. So we will have a play on and we're also planning on being there for the Porcupine Tree Festival, which is, if I understand it, officially more than sold out.
Oh, that wave, Troy, that wave absolutely baffles me. Not baffles, but it blows my mind.
The week after the Porcupine Tree Festival, Porkfest this year is June 27th through July 3rd. You can attend by simply reserving your camping site, your RV site, or your motel room. They should share it around the league. It's in the beautiful rugged mountains of New Hampshire. If you've never been there before, and then now you know the vacation, the natural beauty is just absolutely fantastic, and you'll be surrounded by people that love freedom for as long as you want to stay. Again, the dates are June 27th through July 3rd. There's no better way to celebrate Independence Day than being around other freedom-loving activists here in New Hampshire. It's a perfect excuse to come on. I did look up the nuance of the ridge. We've been talking about it for years here on Free Talk Live, but you really need to see it and experience the community of people up here for yourself.
These vactrols are so amazing. $11.50. We've got Morse code here as well. Strong. So listen how strong that is. That's just fantastic. iPhone ringer on 1150 now. I knew I said I wasn't going to talk, but back to 990. I want to see if I can get this CBW in here and make it 3 for the night. Woohoo! So for everybody who's added this one to your logbook, you know what we do here on DX Central Live? We got 2 tonight so far. Lovely. So we're going to change our color scheme here. Let's go green, because we got them. Green's good. Greenage. Green forgot them.
Jonathan, what final thoughts on people changing their habits?
Both new ones for me tonight here in New Orleans area. Both frequencies, I needed that actually. Both frequencies. I have a local on 990 and then 1150. Pretty weak. Not a lot here because of Baton Rouge. So, getting both of these tonight, really nice. As a matter of fact, this puts me at 4 now on 990 and 3 on 1150. Nice. Love it. We have strong tones now here on 990. Hey, Justin. Thanks, man. Let me get you up here on ours. We got nice sweep tones now on 990. We're gonna put our friend Justin up here on the big screen. His DX test stream he's doing tonight. There he is. So look up UB Studios on YouTube.
They're there. They're cutting through.
Here's our friend Justin's stream up here.
He's still streaming. Lloyd is. He said he got 2 new logs tonight. I only got 1. I only got Mount Sterling. That's new for me. You can actually see on the
There you go. Make sure you give my man Justin here a subscribe. We want to make sure we support those who support DX and support DX Central. Friends of the channel always get lots of love here. So thank you, Justin, for supporting our live stream tonight and for giving us another viewpoint on these DX tests from there in Minnesota. Thank you. Nice sweep tones now here on 990. So you make sure you give my our good friend here, Justin, UB Studios, here on YouTube. Make sure you give him a subscribe as well. So nice sweeps here on 990. Hey, Shortwave fan, thank you for being here. First time I've seen your name pop up here on the stream. Thank you for joining the fun. Morse code ID now on 990. Let's back up to 1150. Beautiful, I mean, just a beautiful signal from WMST on 1150 tonight. They've been strong all evening. That extra 1.5 kilowatts really is making a difference for them. Plus, whatever, maybe there's a lobe on their antenna pattern in my direction, I don't know, but they are really cutting through. So, Rick, I'll be up your way next week, actually in Omaha. I don't know if I'll have time to get out, but I'll be in business meetings all week, which is what I've been preparing for the last bit here. So I'm going to be bringing my AirSpy SDR and our W6LVP loop up and doing a band scan from your neck of the woods. Be nice to compare notes. It's going to be a quick trip, in and out kind of, but looking forward to trying out some DX from your neck of the woods. I'd love to see how many Canadians I can get. It's been kind of a black hole for me here. Wednesday night. But we have a dinner with the client and all kinds of stuff, so it's gonna be hectic. So thank goodness for schedules on the SDR to run overnight. Sweeps coming in now on 1150. Let me get in here and look at 990 and see what we got on my other on my RSPdx here. Looks like maybe still some code. Hey Jim, nice to see you in there, my friend. Yeah, we're doing the top of the hour coming up here in just a few moments. So we'll sound the alert for you, Bill. We'll enter hour 2 of our DX test coverage. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and throw it. Top of the hour alert, and it's 4.
The DX Central North Shore Studios. This is DXC Live. Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
This special DX Central Live DX Test Edition here. You can hear behind me tone sweeps from 1150 WMST in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. We're going to leave it right here and see if we get anything top of the hour here from them. And then we'll be bouncing over to 990 as well for WWKY in Winchester, Kentucky, who is also running a special DX test tonight. We got 2 Kentucky stations, 2 DX tests. Man, this is fun. Hope you guys are having a good time with us tonight. I think I heard a voice ID in there mentioning Kentucky. Hey, we got Mexican National Anthem in here, Mike. I think they might have, Kevin. I heard a mention of Kentucky. The music you're hearing right now, the little... That's Mexico National Anthem. Let me see if I can pull that in better. That's Mexico right there, to my southwest. We still got the Morse code in there from Kentucky, though. Back off southwest, throw it back northeast. There's Kentucky. Good job, Bench. Nicely done, man. For everybody here that's got them so far. So we're at 1150 right now for WMST Mount Sterling. We're going to switch down to 990 here in a bit for WWKY, but let's just regale in this amazingly nice signal we have on the Morse code ID. Sweeps. Watch the waterfall. Watch the waterfall here. This is the limiter test. Watch the waterfall. Look at that. Just amazing. Amazing. 1 kilohertz tone. We got a nice beat on him here so you can hear the full gamut. But I want to point out something. This a lot of times when you have a station that's on late, or let me back up. You have a station that people are picking up that they don't think they should be picking up. Now, if it's a daytime only and you're hearing it at night, obviously somebody messed up somewhere. But if it's one that's supposed to power down at night, and you're like, how can I be hearing them on 200 watts? There was a 2.5 kilowatt station, daytime antenna pattern. I could barely hear their voice, all right? Sometimes the atmosphere does crazy things. It doesn't mean that they didn't power down. Now we've got multiple tones here. We've got, is that 2? We got a 1K, we got a weak 2K, we got a strong 3K in there. And I bet you would go out beyond that as well if we were seeing on a wider shot here on the waterfall. But I can't get any wider without going full wide. And I don't want to do that. That's not going to help anybody. All right, so let's go down here to 990 in a second. We're sitting here at 0004 Central Daylight. You got to stick around for a couple more weeks, Rick, at least till May 1st. Mike, was that national anthem that we heard? Um, 1150 is 2.5K, 990 is 1K on the power. I'll pull up the announcement here. If I can get to it. Look at these sweeps on the waterfall here. Tight, real tight on the waterfall, easy to see. Here's the announcement that has the power in it. That paragraph right there. Thanks, Tom. Good night, my friend. 73. We have off-hook telephone. Let me show you how that shows up here on the waterfall as well. Look at that. How easy that is to spot on the waterfall with those lines there. Back to Morse code ID. Let's now go down to 990.
They ran there first.
All right, we're on 990 now.
Got left at the gate with a complete no factor, so the two-figure
Shrimp Jambalaya, my man.
And O'Donoghue ran down. Currently voting. How impressed were you with O'Donoghue?
Good night, George. Take care, my friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate the good words, my friend. We just try to make it fun
in really eye-popping fashion because of the way they close even each race modality.
And my old radio days, I like to bring some of my old production training into it. Let me tweak my vactrol here a bit.
I'm going to a phase.
So we're on 990 here. We've got the 1 kilohertz, 3 kilohertz tones.
And then you've got that very early speed that's closer to the format in the case. But that doesn't happen anymore because speakers just don't have an avenue to deliver.
Check out this. I'm going to drop a website link here in the chat, Justin. Check that website out. They have overlays for OBS Studio that you can download and kind of tweak and make your own, like I did here. Makes it so much easier, so much better. And then this guy right here, the Stream Deck, to run everything. Such a big difference. All right, now we got the sweeps here on 990. Most of those overlays are kind of gamer-centric, but you can tweak it a little bit to make it work for you. Hey, Lacrosse, nice. Congratulations. Was that a new one for you? Were either of them new? Yeah, OBS is awesome, man. OBS is so cool. Mine is I've made it very complex with all the scenes and sources and everything. So you can get very complex with it. Lacrosse got a new one tonight, guys. You know what we do here at DX Central. Congrats, Lacrosse. New ones for you. Nicely done, man. Sweeps are still in there on 990.
Yeah, in a certain way, because of the position he has.
Sweeps are in there. Still. What was I about to look at? Off-hook telephone. You can hear it. You can also see the lines. See the lines here across the spectrum. I'll have to do that later because that's a memory hog. Back to sweeps again. I'm going to keep it here on 990 for a bit since this is the weaker one. I feel like more people have a better beat on 1150. Don't need as much help. This one you need some help with, possibly. Good job, Keegan, up in Arkansas, my man. New ones on both tests tonight. Good job, man. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you being here, my man. We'll keep this running through the top of the hour, so you can do a comparison if you need to. Nice Morse code ID. .800 hertz ID Morse code here. Not yet, Jim. It's coming soon, though. it'll be one that a lot of folks are going to be very happy about. I'll tell you that. And it should be a pretty easy one for a lot of folks on the East Coast to be able to pick it up. I'm pretty excited about it.
Years old today.
See how tight this vactrol is? When you get off that resistance, either too low or too high, that back end null really, I can get it super tight here. Watch this. I'm going to go too high.
We go back 75 years, 3/4 of the
And I go a little too low.
Crime Club and the Gray Mist murders.
Now let me get it right. Wow. 1 kilohertz tone now on 990. That back end of that vactrol, that back end of that CAS with that vactrol, you can get it so tight. You can get that dialed in just right to be able to get exactly what you're looking for. All right, we're going to let it roll here for a second. We'll be right back.
Was hunting the pace throughout. I'm just looking at the chart. No more than 3 lengths behind at any call, and really seemed to have the race to his liking under Mike Smith. I just felt like, even though it was only a 6.4 speed, I liked what Taba did, and you're right. The time was pedestrian at 1:48.3 for the mile and 1/8. But there were TV commentators were saying this horse came from out of nowhere. No. I will say this. If you were to win the Derby, only 2 starts, I think, is this the first time in Derby history that we would actually have a horse making his debut after the NBA All-Star game? It's something I have to ask, because when Justify did it, he made his debut 4 hours before the NBA All-Star game.
Okay. Only Ron Flatter would know that. 4 hours before the NBA All-Star game. They are somewhat similar. I think Justify have one other prep? Didn't he get 2 races in before the San Antonio?
He had 2. Yeah, they had that. The maiden race, they wrote that. The maiden race, they wrote an allowance for him that was on an off track, won that going wide. Won the Santa Anita Derby, and then we know what happened after that. So, look, Taba, with what little resume he has, he's making Justify look like a journeyman by comparison for his 6-race resume. So, interesting to see how this all pans out. But Baffert did identify him as being something that could be special as much as a year ago when they got him out of the sale.
He's got one specific bullet on his resume, a $1.7 million price tag, which told you he was supposed to be good. Yes, he is every bit that, his first 2 races into his career. All right, just a couple of, you mentioned Forbidden Kingdom. Morello had the gate problems, but never really seemed to get it in gear.
Never got it in gear.
Classic Causeway is also qualified as per the points, but he got run into the ground in his Derby prep.
Right.
That means
he may not go. Brian Lynch told me there he's thinking maybe they are not going to go with him to the Derby. So that could open up a spot.
That's my questions were going to be. Out of Forbidden Kingdom, Morello, Classic Causeway, how many do you think go even all 3 are qualified?
It sounds like Lindsey's going to not go with Classic Causeway, and they may regroup. Forbidden Kingdom, that's a good question. I have not heard anything.
Rick says these are both new for him. We got to throw the balloons up. Good job, Rick. 1 kilohertz tones now here on 990.
The future favorite in the Kentucky Derby Future Wager, the final one that was done today. 9-2. So, make sure I make sure.
Right here. Not sure who had the one, but
Come right over.
And Carl, our friend Carl, also new ones tonight. That's no problem, my friend. That's what we're here for. We love doing it.
Here it is. The great Mississippi. By Custom and Winfield. The very intriguing story.
Love doing these. I always wished I had some way of being able to peek into the shack of somebody who's able to hear a DX test and see if I could compare what I was hearing. When I was a kid, in the 90s, that was always what I wish I could do. Here we are. Technology allows us to do it. So who's this running the theater? The radio theater? I wonder. Tones have stopped. Sweeps.
1 mile. And 20 points to get to the Durban. If Connie even finished in 4th place to pick up 2 points, that would be enough to get into the Kentucky Derby. So we'll watch the sections with interest and see who might slide and rattle and roll for getting a peak coming. And he's got 20 points with the win.
There we go. That was bugging me. I'm a perfectionist, guys. You know this.
A minor preference could mean a lot as far as those final spots in the Kentucky Derby.
I think there's going to be at least 2 after forbidden kingdom to run the classic close.
So this was running till the top of the hour? So we'll see how it goes here. What else? We're going to be able to continue to hear these guys all the way through. Don't forget, you can also check out dxer.ca/blab. Live chat there, so you can chat with others hearing the DX test. Got the link up here on the screen, right above our DXC logo, live logo.
Don't worry about it. Work out at home track. The results of foaming is not important as I once thought it was. How much import do you put on?
I don't think it's focus on the workout. I think it's the race. And that will surprise you. But that's it again. It's based on history. Because history has shown that it's not that important to have had a race over Churchill becomes with the track. I mean, it is, I would say, smile happy. Smile happy. Won the Kentucky Jockey Club.
Got myself in there, Keegan's in there, so join us at dxer.ca/blab. Another chance for you to do some live chat. Not just during the live streams here. This is available all the time. Anytime you're DXing, you should be doing dxer.ca/blab. Create your accounts and share what's being heard.
I think the workout means a lot more. And I think how you
Sweeps going here on 990.
Comfortable with surroundings, especially at age 3 as opposed to age 2. That's when the last race was again for his horses at Churchill Downs would be again at age 2. I think it's far more important to get the horse acquainted at age 3 with the surroundings and get his legs stretched out than it would have been to try to win there at age 2.
Horse code IDs on 990 now.
More information on it, find out exactly who's in the field and make our selection.
Who's the chorus?
Thank you.
Is that CBW? Because if it is,
Muddy boots for walking out on the track and in the paddock now in the bathtub soaking.
sounds like a choir singing.
We'll be involved too, but that's just Ron Flatter from horseracingnation.com and the Ron Flatter podcast. Here with us on CBS.
Hot-headed. Why don't you let
Phone 3 open? You know what we do. Honolulu. Will you do that? Get on my lines, 855-2124.
Oh, God, I'd love to add them.
Forward is an A-series HGTV that highlights those 100 hometowns initiative, which completed 100 impact projects.
So this is a good example, guys. I've got a station dominating the frequency, probably my station down to my south. I can still hear the code from Kentucky on 990. Never assume that a station that dominates is going to prevent you from hearing a DX test. You hear it. 1,000 watts cutting through like a knife.
more, find what you love. Love what you love.
That choral music is gone. Political talk. Yep, not them. Damn. Dab. I want them. I want them bad. That Morse code, I mean, you can see it here on the waterfall too. It cuts through like a knife. Look at that. Super easy to see. This is why SDRs are so great for DX tests. Wow, listen to that. They're getting stronger. Limiter test now. And let's go back up here again. I want to show you this. Look at the wave go across the spectrum analyzer here on the RSPdx. You can actually watch it go. It's so cool. You can kind of see the wave on these sweeps as well. Off-hook telephone signal, you can see it also on the waterfall. Got lines here, 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 here. See these lines? And you obviously on both sidebands. $11.50 now. Let's go back up here for a minute. We've got solid 1 kilohertz tones going right now with a 3 kilohertz off to the side here on 1150. And I'm going to throw up here on the screen throw our clock up here as well. so you guys can see this too. Alright, you'll have to pardon me for a second while I shrink this back down. It's going to make our waterfall go away. There we go. Trying to get you guys here so you have a clock on it. There we go. As we get ready to get here to the end of the DX test. So this is 11:50. That should be enough of it you guys can see. I don't like it how they don't have a clock here on the, well they do, but it's kind of tiny for the stream. They have a clock on Perseus, but it's a little small. At least with the RSPdx. Got a nice clock there. And don't forget this is Central Daylight Time. Although, man, I turned it off. I clicked off the wrong thing. My bad. I don't like any of the clock programs here in Windows, I'm going to be honest. None of them really kind of catch my fancy. We got nice sweeps here. There we go. That's what I have to do. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you being there, my friend. Nice sweeps, and now we have the limiter. Limiter test. And you can see, I mean, look at down here on the bottom in the little small spectrum display over here. Watch those sweeps. Sorry, you're right, 11:50. You guys got me wanting to check. break out the Sangean HDR 14. Can't really hear it very well because of all the noise in here. But I can hear the sweeps. Just a split second before I hear them on my SDR. I'm just on 1150. Nice. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna turn this up. You can hear it. And that's the only thing it's picking up. Off-hook telephone now. That's the only thing this is picking up on 1150 is the DX test. Let me check 990. I can hear the sweeps on that one. I can hear it under New Orleans. Sony HDR 14. Inside the shack. Full of noise. In the midst of it. Still heard the DX test. Let's check the XH data. D808 here. Oh, I don't know if we juiced up battery here. Yep, battery down. Sony ICF 2010. They're in there. Night, Rick. Take care, my friend. Thank you for being here. $11.50. Louder. In there. So both the X tests coming in on the SDR, the small Sangean. I can actually feel the vibration from the sweeps on 1150 on the bottom of the radio. Check that. All right, inside the shack with the noise. Sony ICF 2010 has both the DX tests. Back to the SDR. Nice. Let's just for giggles. Let's go back up to our RSPdx. We haven't gone there in a while with audio. Let's go back up to the RSPdx and let's do see if we can dial in the north here on let's go to 1150. We'll start there and see if we can hear anything on 1150. Actually, hold on, I I forgot I had this set up. Okay, so you can hear the sweeps on 990 here. You can actually see it on the waterfall and on the spectrum analyzer. Let me see if I can vactrol them in a little bit.
You're not sure about that key?
But you said we did. Well, that wasn't the key.
Right there's best. So there's 990 rather. Here's 1150. iPhone ringer. This is on our north CAS, pointing at 350 degrees. I'll get you bearings for both of these stations from my location here in a second. Let me move this. While I'm pulling this up, let me go back to the Perseus because I don't want you guys to have to suffer through the audio problems here. Back to 990 on the Perseus.
We've been trotting around from cabin to cabin and I'm tired.
Well, it must have been in one of them.
This is like hunting for a ghost. And when it happens to be the ghost of your best friend.
So from my location...
Sally's lucky.
Must be. No one's checked into this room by me.
Bob.
What is it, color?
WWKY is at 31 degrees.
You go up on deck and get some air. Look around here. If I find anything interesting.
And MST is at 32. So on my 35 degree CAS, you can understand why I'm zero beated on both of these stations here on the Perseus. The 350 degree CAS, my north CAS in the front yard, is off to the side a bit, but still pulling them in. Nothing right now on 990. I'm not pulling them in. So back to 1150. Morse code IDs. Yeah, I still haven't tested mine out. Had it sitting here. Ordered a couple about a month ago. Haven't even plugged it in yet. I might bring with me to Omaha next week. Try it out. So 11:15 coming in very nicely now with Morse code IDs. I'm keeping an eye on 990 for us to see if we see any. Looks like possibly doing Morse code right now, or at least tones. Looks like they're doing 1 kilohertz tones right now on 990. About 19 more minutes left. One and 3 kilohertz tones right now on 990. Just started up again. Now they're doing full spectrum 1 through 5K on 990. Good question. We do have a local here on 990 here in New Orleans. Run sports. news talk and stuff. This is 1150 though. 1150 is probably WJBO in Baton Rouge. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Yeah, that's probably JBO in Baton Rouge here in La Crosse. Jingle ID. Jingle ID. Nice. We got our first jingle. Fantastic. I don't know for sure that's them, La Crosse. We're going to double check, but I know we have them to our west. My vactrol's not really pulling them any different here. Northwest wire, though, is picking them up pretty good, so likely. They call themselves the voice of the North Shore here where I live, but I can get rid of them pretty easily. On 9, well, I'm sorry. I keep putting myself back on 990. Here on 1150, that's likely JBO in Baton Rouge. That northwest wire, I had them a little bit better. They're to my northwest-ish. Limiter test. Telephone. Let's go back to 990, see if we have anything coming up. I wanted to who this is doing the radio theater on 990.
Oh, Phyllis. Can you play billiards?
I want to talk to you.
All right. What about?
I overheard what Kay said to you a little while ago.
Snooping, huh?
We got some weak 1K tones here.
Let's go out on the bed.
If anybody has a beat on that radio theater on 990,
What do you want? You too. Who's got that letter now, Phyllis?
keeping an eye on 1150 here for us still.
Why not? Why, you dumb cook. Why did you do a thing like that for? No evidence against Chet. Have you got any idea what you've done? Doesn't have a reason for killing Sally and wanting to kill Bob.
What was that?
No, he's talking about him and his case. He thought Bob had invited Sally to make this trip. You saw what she did when she found the handkerchief. He's not as smart as she thinks. Put on the man act. But Sally was already dead and she killed her. But tonight, when he tried to put the blame on me, what he said about me, only this is the truth. I know it's true. All Kay wants is money, and I had it. It made me think she loved me. I fell for her like a ton of saplings. All she was angling for was money. I've got a dime. For the last 2 months, she's been
Morse code in there now. Again, we're on 990. Just about 10 more minutes left on this test, on both of them. Morse code ends.
And I'll make her tell the truth about everything. She's got to be in her cabin, too.
1 kilohertz tone by itself.
Well, I'm not with it. See here, Kay. We gotta get back. Remember, Phyllis, you're with me. Nobody ever looked like that. Come on, let's take off.
Now, I think we've probably added...
You take care of the details. I'm going to the library to join my friends.
Yeah, we've added 3K now. 1 and 3K.
Murder to you. We're getting all the evidence we need. Sit down, Carla.
Is that my local? I'm embarrassed to say I didn't realize that was my local. Makes sense though, as loud as they are. Yeah, 1 and 3K right now on 990. Now we're going full sweep 1 through 5K. Every 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweeps. DX here, yes they are. We're on 990 right now. We got tone sweeps going on. You can hear them. We got about 8 more minutes. We're going to go up to 1150. Nice, clear 1 and 3 kilohertz tones here on 1150. They've been heard over in Seattle and British Columbia. So definitely a possibility. Now we're full spectrum. I would imagine... No, I'm not seeing the 2K. So still 1 and 3K. $11.50 is probably your best bet. Now we're full spectrum. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5K. Morse code. $9.90, we've got sweeps. Sweeps right now on $9.90. That's $11.50. Morse code still running. And we're at 00:54 Central Time. So 5 minutes left in the test for both of these freaks. Morse code ID right now on 990 as well. It's beaming right at him. There you go, Carl. Back to 990. Here's their Morse code.
Yes, come over a week from tonight. We have the very exciting story of Portrait in Black that became a study in murder. Called Death Cuts a Silhouette by D.B. Olson. In the meantime? Well, in the meantime...
Back to 1150. Still running Morse code, both freaks right now. Sweeps. And we're down to 3 minutes left. See if they do anything special here at the top of the hour. It's top of the hour time. Let's see what we got going on for these last couple minutes. We have 2.5 left. Looks like still Morse code on 990. We have sweeps on 1150.
Your business get
There's the Morse code on 990 right now.
504-586-9812. Sir Speedy, we do it.
Adopt US Kids presents.
Nice sweeps on 1150. And we are 10 seconds away from 1 minute left. Morse code still running on 990. Last 30 seconds.
This special test of our audio capable studio transmitter link and transmitter at the daytime power levels has allowed us to optimize our equipment to serve better. We would like to thank you for your patience during this test period.
Wow. So we got, right there at the end, we got the jingle ID. We had the very nice voice ID in there as well. So fantastic. Nice way to close it out there right at the top of the hour with the jingle and then the WMST voice ID there. Very nice capture. Looking forward to cutting this up into some clips and sending those over to the folks and getting our QSL as well. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to get ready to wrap it up. We're going to talk about next week and our medium wave frequency challenge. So stay tuned for just a few more moments. We'll be right back.
DX Central, because we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central.
With DX Central. Follow us on Twitter at DX Central.
All right, so that's going to about wrap it up for the DX test tonight. So nice to be able to have some nice conditions tonight. No lightning crashes that I had on my end. Hopefully you guys had good conditions from your side as well. So let's talk really quick about a couple things. So the DX test, we have, make sure you check up on the IRCA Reflector, the Facebook groups. Les has all the information for the QSLs and things like that. If you want to submit your material, you'll want to have clips, audio and or video to submit. You have to have at least some kind of clip to show that you heard. So you'll make sure you keep an eye out for that QSL information. Remember, we are finishing up our medium wave frequency challenge frequency of the week, which is 1560. That still runs through 0200 UTC tonight, Sunday night, which is 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. That runs again through tonight. And then later on this evening, after that, I'll be announcing the new frequency for the week. For week 21, we'll announce the new frequency. So getting close down here to the nitty-gritty. May 1st is our last show for Season 2, and then we'll be transferring over to some FMDX, E-Skip season, Tropo season, and getting ready for Season 3 of DX Central Live. Thank you all so much for being part of the fun tonight. This was a blast. I always love these DX tests and being able to share what we're hearing together and the excitement and everything. And next week, we return back. Don't forget, tomorrow night, no live stream at our usual 7:45 Central Time. No live stream this week after tonight. We'll be picking back up again next week at our normal time. Again, that's 17:45 Central Time, or 19:45 Central Time, or 00:45 UTC on Sunday night, Monday morning. We'll be back next week on our regular Sunday night. This is a special broadcast for tonight. And then we'll be back next week on our normal time and day. So, again, thank you all so much for being part of the fun. Have a great rest of your night. Congrats to all of you who added those 2 stations to your log, or at least even heard the DX test. We'll talk more about that next week. Thanks so much, my friends. Take care. 73. Best of DX. Have fun.
This is DX Central Live. This is DX Central Live.